Today, we're going to be breaking down a cool asset class of ATM machine investing. And we've been investigating heavily in this past year into this asset class. You probably use one yourself, but have you ever thought about actually investing in it? Maybe you've been just annoyed by these things because you rarely use them. And when you use them, you got to pay those pesky fees. But guess what? These fees are going to be paid to you. But beyond the obvious transaction fees, there's a big world of these revenue streams, and it's really underneath your nose. Last time you went to the gas station, the mall, you probably saw it hidden in the corner. But who is the people who are making money off of that stuff, and how can you get in on it? If you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to be unveiling the big secret on how you can save a lot of taxes by investing in something like this. Let's start off with a little bit of history. At first, the big banks started to roll out these ATM machines, and it was really difficult for them to manage these types of things because an operator would have to go out there and change out the big stack of cash and keep feeding. We actually had somebody on my podcast a few years back who got involved in this and actually bought several of these ATMs. He paid anywhere from $25,000, $50,000 per each of these. But even after that, he had to go in and put in $5,000. And he mentioned to me that he felt uncomfortable putting in any more than $10,000 because he had, again, several of these things. And he didn't have that much money lying around after he bought these ATM machines. The other part was he had to watch his back because he was just running around and used this key, opened it up, and put the cash in there and ran. I know a lot of you folks out there are looking at maybe vending machine businesses or laundromats. This is just another type of these automated businesses out there to get started. But if you're like most of our viewers on this channel, we are accredited investors, so net worth $1 million or greater, or you likely have a day job or business where you're already making $200,000 or more a year. So the way to do it is investing as an investor through one of these ATM funds. Now, whenever you're looking at something to invest in, you look at the long-term prospects. Just like how real estate, we have well over $2 billion of assets to date, and we like real estate because of its long-term prospects. Land, they're not making any more of it, and we see the population increasing, needing this need for places to live. But what about ATM machines? You, me, we don't really use ATM machines, especially with all the apps these days. But it's little known that there is a demographic out there relying heavily on cash. And these ATMs are thriving in locations like gas stations, laundromats, malls. Go out there, and if your eyes are open to it, you'll start to see these things. And people are making a lot of money off of this. It's clear cash isn't going anywhere, and there's evidence that there is significant growth in this sector. If you would like a full report on this, join our investor club at thewealthelevator.com/club. And we'll get you access to all the data and numbers. The other thing to note is that regulation is a big deal here. Ensuring compliance and the financial health of operators is paramount, with audits and oversight keeping everybody in check. Basically, they don't just let everybody on the old ACH banking system, right? You have to be vetted to get on there, which is why investing in a larger fund with thousands and thousands of ATMs with a very experienced operator is really the way you want to be investing. And currently, the environment of the ATM machines out there, again, hundreds of thousands of these things are being gobbled up. The smaller operators, like my buddy of mine that was running around with his few ATM machines, they are eventually going to be acquired by larger operators. And that's what the fund that we've found is doing, finding people who want to sell their assets and bringing in a more robust operating system. So you got a great revenue stream, but what is the big reason behind this? It's the taxes here. Current legislation allows for significant paper losses through bonus depreciation, enhancing the investment even more. And with our fingers crossed, we might see this perk jump up to 100% bonus depreciation soon, with this current bill being passed the House and now with the Senate in early 2024. Now, if bonus depreciation and depreciation is new to you, I'll just give an example of my first rental property I bought back in 2009. It was in Seattle. It was about $350,000, and a good portion of it was the land value, but about $200,000 of it was the building improvement value, which I was able to deduct over 27 years, or 1/27th per year. Now, this was a paper loss that was able to offset my passive income that I made through that investment or other parts of my passive investment portfolio. Now, this is something that I think a lot of people don't realize and why you invest in things like real estate. But how do ATMs fall into the mix here? Well, ATMs are considered equipment, and it utilizes Section 179 of the tax code to deduct the entire asset values over the lifetime of the asset. Bring in these bonus depreciation laws, aggressive depreciation. You can take a lot of that in the first year, which is creating a huge paper loss for investors that you can in turn drive down your adjusted gross income and pay little to no taxes. We work with clients to figure out what is the best holistic strategy for them. We have folks making well over $1 million in their business and using another strategy called real estate professional status, where they're able to drive their income down with these passive losses that they're getting from investments such as ATM machines. Now, my podcast, we talk about a lot of this and deep dive into these topics, and especially lately since it is tax season. But if you want to check out the tax guide that we have and just dive right into it, go ahead and access that at thewealthelevator.com/tax. And if bonus depreciation is new to you, feel free to type a comment question below. If you're interested in investing in ATM machines, shoot us an email. If not, we'll see you guys on the next video.